Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Carter Myers Automotive is celebrating 100 years at CMA's Chevy of Martinsburg. Join our celebration by donating canned goods to help us feed 100 local families a day and get some of the best deals of the year. Right now, during Chevy truck season, get a new 2024 Silverado 1500 with 2.9% financing, or get up to $11,000 off MSRP, or get up to $5,500 off MSRP on a new 2024 Equinox. Together, let's drive at CMA's ChevroletOfMartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Hi, this is Roger Hanshaw, Speaker of the West Virginia House of Delegates, encouraging everyone in Berkeley County to vote for Pam Brush for House of Delegates in District 97. Pam is dedicated to improving Berkeley County and being a voice for West Virginia's Eastern Panhandle in our state legislature. In a time with tremendous opportunity like we had today, it's important that we send leaders like Pam Brush to the House of Delegates to be the right voice for Berkeley County. Remember to vote for Pam Brush to send a strong champion for Berkeley County on House District 97 to Charleston.
Paid for by Mountaineer Majority.
Are you at risk for a heart attack or stroke? WVU Medicine would like to remind you it's important to recognize the signs and symptoms so you can seek medical attention fast. The acronym FAST stands for F, face drooping, A, arm weakness, S, speech difficulty, and T, time to call 911. If you are having a stroke, get medical attention right away. Immediate treatment may decrease the risk of disability and prevent death. This important message is brought to you by WVU Medicine.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. Play ball! It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford, Rocks, the Heffley Motor Company, the Wagner Law Firm, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, the Skinner Law Firm, the Browns Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Orsini's, Carter Myers Automotive, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Hagerstown Ford, the Berkeley County Health Department, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Mother Shuckers, L.A. Roberts Jewelers, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, and the Mansion Freddie Law Firm.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening from P.O. Faulkner Park for high school baseball in the Mountain State. It's Class 3A Region 2, Section 1 between the top-seeded Martinsburg Bulldogs playing host to the fourth seed in the section, the Spring Mills Cardinals. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Alongside me is Trip Tobin. Cameraman is Nick Verzolini. On-site producers John Alderton. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop. Our pregame show is brought to you by Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. Both teams already warmed up. We'll see if things kind of get started here quickly or not between these two. First game of a double elimination bracket for Section 1 Trip.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting game. Martinsburg throwing one of their top pitchers there against Brandon Montgomery. On the other side is Carson Boober and Brandon Montgomery going to line up against each other. Early in the year, we've seen how competitive this Spring Mills team could be. With, I think it was a 4-2 victory. Martinsburg pulled out. And so we know how tough that they can match up. We've seen them later in the year in a matinee where the game got away from them. Cold, windy day out there, a little rainy, and this wasn't a great day for baseball. And Martinsburg took advantage of some errors. But it's sectionals, and that 27-2 record that Martinsburg built, unfortunately, is no longer has much bearing other than giving them the number one seed. And we've seen the Spring Mills Cardinals, who had 8 wins on the season, but be very competitive at times, losing a few very close games, a couple, extra inning game against the number 2 seed Jefferson, and just went across the state and played down in the Charleston area, played very competitively. So they're just about to, they're close to getting over that hump. And, when they do that, this young group, that they're going to be really competitive in years to come. But tonight, it's EPAC baseball, and we know exactly what happens in EPAC baseball. And we've seen sectionals in the past, just very, very close games and enjoyable games, and it's fun to watch.
We'll step aside, take our first 2-minute break on the Skinner Law pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from both teams' head coaches. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Alex Mooney is from Maryland, and he votes like it. In Congress, Maryland Mooney voted against giving our troops a pay raise, and he opposed providing wounded veterans with better health care. It gets worse. Maryland Mooney wanted to give illegal immigrants driver's licenses and taxpayer-funded college tuition discounts. And he voted against Trump's wall, stiffing veterans to give taxpayer benefits to illegal immigrants. Maryland Mooney doesn't share our West Virginia values. Big Jim Justice is the best governor West Virginia's ever had. Big Jim is a strong conservative on protecting life and defending our Second Amendment. And he delivered the biggest tax cuts in West Virginia history. Endorsed by President Trump, Jim Justice will fight to finish the wall and secure our border. Big Jim is one of us, and he fights for us.
I'm Jim Justice, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Jim Justice for U.S. Senate.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
Coaches interviews brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at ParsonsFord.com. They became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons. I'm now joined by the head coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals, Brad Barrett. Coach Barrett, regular season comes to an end. Just get your thoughts about how the season went for your team.
Better than last year. Our record doesn't really show it, but if you look at the stats and the close games we play, we were right there. Young team, we got to kind of get over that last little hump. But tonight we both start 0-0, so we'll see how we do.
With that being said, if it comes down to the maybe situation here with playoff baseball in a close game, how do you see your team getting over that hump?
Mental toughness, man. We talk about it all the time. If you look back at our last couple games we've lost, it's always happening like in the 6th or 7th inning, and that's when it comes down to the mental toughness. The ability to fight through those last 2 innings and kind of control the game, especially when we have the lead, take control of the entire game and carry the momentum into the last inning.
You guys going with on the mound to start, and what do you hope to see from him today?
We're going with Brandon Montgomery. He's been our captain all year. He throws strikes, keeps our defense active most of the time. He's not going to blow it by you, but he does a great job at keeping the ball down in the zone with his off-speed and stuff. He just gives us our best chance, man, really does.
And you guys will be going up against Carson Buber for them. What are you telling your team to kind of take as the approach against him?
We haven't seen him this year, but our approach for pretty much every pitcher is the same mindset. Go out there, carry the momentum in, take advantage of what we can take, get an early start, and hopefully it goes our way.
Anything else, Coach?
I'm good, thanks, man.
Thank you, best of luck.
Thank you.
Here with Martinsburg head coach, Coach Baller. Your team is coming into the sectionals, #1 in the state, leading just about every category, statistically, pitching, defense, and offensively. We start the sectionals tonight. Before we get into that, do you want to say anything about where your team has come from early spring until now?
Well, I think it just shows, our development through the spring and throughout the course of 30 games, and kind of staying the course and getting better. And you hope that this time of year you're playing your best baseball, and I think we're getting really close.
So at this time of the year, most of the coaches say, we're going to reset everybody's 0-0, but is that really what you say to a team that's 27-2 and number one in the state? And when you come into and of course everyone's resets, of course, and it is a double elimination, but you guys have really set the tone this year and are number one seed, not only in the area but number one in the state. So do you just go to your team and say, hey, we're going to reset and start over, or do you use that number one seed to get your guys up?
Well, we don't run from it. We embrace it. We want to be the number one seed in the state, and that's our goal. As far as resetting, we kind of reset every day. We try to take it one game at a time and go 1-0 and win every day. And all besides 2 days, we were able to do that. So if you want to talk about resetting, we kind of reset every day, and we're trying to go 1-0 today, and that's been our goal all year.
So you talk about going 1-0, and we talked to you a good bit, and you say, I just want to be 1-0 today. But this is tournament baseball. It's a little bit different mindset and how you set up your pitching throughout the week. And what can we expect from your team and your pitching staff this week?
Yeah, 2019, I sat on the tarp in left field and vowed to throw guys, one through how many we got till we run out after we decided to get cute with our pitching, and it ended up costing us a sectional game and knocking us out of the tournament. This year, I think we're fortunate to have Lane and Carson, who are 1-1, and Carson's going to go tonight, and Lane's going to go tomorrow, and we're going to go from there. And we're going to, if we got to throw everybody tonight, then you got to throw everybody tonight to win. We just try to go out there and win tonight, and you only get tomorrow if you win. So, we're just trying to make sure that we do what we need to do to win tonight.
Early in the year, you had a tough game with Spring Mills. Later in the year, in the matinee game that kind of got away from. What do you expect for them tonight?
Yeah, I think they'll battle. I think if you look through sectional baseball and you go back and look at sectional tournaments, every game's close. We can't take anybody for granted. We just have to make sure that we're taking care of our business. I told them, like I've told them before every game, there's enough talent in that dugout that they don't have to do anything special. They just have to do their job, and if everybody does their job, then good things will happen, and 27 times good things happen. So we just won't look for that to continue.
So I see Isaac Grove back in the lineup tonight. You get a little healthier. What do you want to say about him?
Yeah, we're glad to have Isaac back. I think his goal was to get back for the sectional tournament, so we're glad to have him back in the leadoff spot in the center field, and hopefully he's good to go.
Anything else?
Thanks, Trip.
Thank you.
That was our coaches' interviews brought to you by Parsons Ford, and things are kind of starting way ahead of schedule, so we're going to end the post game here, not take a break, just switch everything around and get you set for first pitch, which is brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call them at 304-263-4343. Top of the first is brought to you by Brown Funeral Home and Cremation, Robert Field & Sons, proudly serving our area since 1880. We'll get starting lineups brought to you now by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. And we'll start off with the visiting Spring Mills Cardinals, and then in the bottom of the first we'll get you Martinsburg's starting lineup. Leading off at shortstop, number 5, Bryce Anders. Batting second, number 4 is Wysocki. Batting third, Sweeney. Batting fourth is Swartz. Batting fifth is Eichelberger. Sixth is Montgomery. Seventh is Cumley. Eighth is Butts. And ninth, DHing, is Trumpower for Spring Mills. Again, we'll get you Martinsburg starting lineup in the bottom of the first. Starting battery is Carson Buber's first pitch is high to Anders for ball 1. For the Bulldogs, it's Carson Buber doing the pitching, doing the catching. It's Braden Edwards. The next pitch called a strike, even up the count at 1-1. Your starting battery is brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. 1-1 pitch popped up to the left side of the infield. Shortstop Braden Oviedo is underneath it, and he'll make the catch for the first down of the ball game.
Boober coming in, just throwing some strikes. First pitch was up a little bit, then he settled in and threw a couple of fastballs down the middle, just throwing to contact there. Well, actually, it wasn't down the middle, just off the plate there a bit, and got Anders the offer for it straight up in the air, and an easy play for Oviedo to start the game.
Brings up Wysocki. First pitch from Boober. Misses for ball one. We'll get you quickly our EPAC Baseball Roundup, brought to you by Rocks Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rocks in Section 1. The other game is Hedgesville at Musselman, as the next pitch from Boober to Wysocki is called a strike. The count now 1-1. Game going on in Section 2 in Region 2. Top of the third inning, Jefferson and Hampshire are now tied at 3 apiece, as the next pitch to Wysocki called a strike, so the count 1-2. It was a 3-0 lead for Jefferson in the bottom of the second, but here in the top of the third so far, Hampshire's scored 3 runs as they have the bases loaded. Wysocki swings and misses at the pitch. It's a drop third strike. Edwards throws over to first base. Brown catches it for out number 2.
Yeah, down there, Jefferson game. Jefferson uncharacteristically has 3 errors in 2 2/3 innings, so it's just something you don't see very often out of them, as they have kicked the ball around a little bit after the 3-run lead. They've got a couple errors here in the top of the third, or had a couple errors in the top of the third, and give up some unearned runs there.
Now up to bat for Spring Mills is J.P. Sweeney. First pitch from Carson Boober. Misses for ball 1. Get you now the weather, brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. 76 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, is the pitch from Boober. Misses for ball 2 to Sweeney.
Sweeney was the young man who came up here and gave Spring Mills a 1-0 lead there early in that first game of the season with the home run over that left field wall.
Pitch, hard chopper to the second baseman, Everhart. Pick it up, throw it to first for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down goes Spring Mills in the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning, where it's Martinsburg's turn up to bat. On the other side of this 1-minute break, this is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
The Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot are in a league of their own when it comes to rugged capability. Their relentless power and versatility make these vehicles the ultimate challengers for exhilarating adventures and formidable terrain. But it's not just performance that makes these cars special. It's the unwavering determination that inspires everything we do. That's why we're KBB.com's best value brand of 2023.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA's, moving lives forward.
Available all-wheel drive on Pilot based on 2023 brand image awards from Kelly Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the bottom of the first inning, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at Orsinis.com. It's now time for the Martinsburg starting lineup, brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go, who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Lead off for the Bulldogs. In center field is Isaac Grove. Batting second and pitching is Carson Buber. Batting third at shortstop is Braden Oviedo. Batting fourth in right field, Christian Alter. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Ben Reisenweber. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Owen Rupenthal. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Braden Edwards. Batting eighth at first base, Jameer Brown. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Keegan Everhart. Grove steps up to the plate, and Tripp, it's nice to see him back in the lineup.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in, 2.5 weeks now since he's been hurt, and struggled a little bit all year with some tightness, and it finally tweaked a little bit there in the game, and he's been setting, and he played in the intra-squad over the weekend, they say, and felt pretty good, so he's going to go after it tonight. Parker Robinson's still unavailable, but looks like Martinsburg is getting healthier.
First pitch was up and in for a ball. Next one to Grove. He fouls over the press box, so the count's 1-1.
Good to see him back in there. We'll see if he gets on base. If he has the speed that he had, mid-season when he was stealing bases at a pretty impressive click.
1-1 pitch from Montgomery hits Grove. So Grove makes his way over to first to lead things off for Martinsburg.
One thing you can't do against Martinsburg is they are they take a page out of Jefferson's playbook this year, and they have really taken advantage of winning the free base game. So, there goes Grove, first pitch.
Grove goes, but Buber fouls off the first pitch. It was a hit-and-run situation.
They're back to their style is their style. They want to win every inning, and they want to win the free base game. And if they feel if they can do that, of course, win every inning you win. But if you win the free base game, they feel like that they can not only win but pretty much dominate and put teams away if they can win that free base game.
Grove with a big lead at first, and Montgomery will now throw over to try to pick him off, but he's back into the bag safely. Starting battery for Spring Mills, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body. It's Brandon Montgomery at the pitcher's mound, doing the catching's Aiden Eichelberger as Buber fouls this one off the light pole to the right of our cameraman Nick Verzolini. So the count 0-2 to Carson Buber.
They're going to wear Grove out down there running back and forth.
Another pickoff attempt. Safe is Grove.
Across the diamond she'll stay this time.
Buber hits this one into right center field. It's very high up there. Bradley Butts has all the time to get underneath it, make the catch for the out.
Yep, just a ball that was up. Didn't want to give the umpire the opportunity, and really it was a very he got 3 off-speed pitches that like Coach Barrett say, he won't tear up the radar gun, but he throws off speed, keeps guys on their front foot, and that was just a situation where he just got Buber reaching a little bit there.
That'll bring up Braden Oviedo as the first pitch from Montgomery misses outside for a ball. It looks like Oviedo might have a new bat and matching batting gloves to go with the kind of lime green or mint green handle of the bat, as the throw on the pitch from the catcher, Eichelberger, trying to catch Grove stealing's unsuccessful. So count 1-1 strike. Grove steals second.
Looks like Grove is pretty healthy. He's got a good jump there, had good speed.
Now a runner in scoring position in the bottom of the first for Martinsburg as Oviedo fouls this one down the first baseline, sprinting for its Butts, and it lands foul. Count now 1-2.
Spring Mills is wearing those 1980 style St. Louis Cardinals uniforms in that baby blue. We have a viewer who checks in with us from the Midwest who has a lot of pays a lot of attention and is a big fan of the Bulldogs, who told me that St. Louis never wore those uniforms, but I think I won that argument.
Pitch from Montgomery misses outside, the count 2-2. Yep, they got the baby blue with the navy blue cap and the red bill. Kind of the more traditional Arizona Cardinal logo on the hat, but the St. Louis Cardinal logo on the jerseys. It's the 2-2 pitch, fouled down the first base line by Oviedo. And the bottom of the first between Spring Mills and Martinsburg, scoreless with 1 out. A runner on second for the Bulldogs.
Martinsburg in the orange with the black dogs across the front, the white pants. Wearing the white hats tonight.
2-2 pitch, just misses on the outside corner of the plate. So the count now full to Oviedo, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Grove on second for Martinsburg. Payoff pitch for Montgomery. Fouled off the bottom of the bat of Oviedo. Unfortunate for him, otherwise it would have been ball 4.
He fouled off the knob there and come back and got Eichelberger a little bit. It would have been ball 4. He just kind of stood in there, thought it might catch him in the forearm, but instead it got up and got into the knob of the bat there at the last second.
Again, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and Oviedo calls a timeout to step out of the box briefly. Montgomery sets, looks at the runner behind him. Payoff pitch. Lined right back up the middle into left center field, and Grove's going to come around third and head home to score to give Martinsburg a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning over Spring Mills on an RBI single by Braden Oviedo.
Yeah, took it right back up the box. Grove seen it, read it, looked at the shortstop, knew it was going to hit the ground, took off, let the ball get in behind him. He'd come off the grass out there sort of in a 2-hop, and typically he'd have a play at home, but it looks like that Grove is pretty close to 100% as he used his instincts and his speed that time to get a great jump, and there was no throw at the plate.
Now up the bat for Martinsburg's Alter. First pitch from Montgomery inside for ball 1.
Here, Coach Ballard yelling out signals. See if Martinsburg opts to continue to try to run the bases.
Oviedo takes his lead. Stays put as this one popped over towards the third base dugout of Martinsburg. Those trying to escape out of the way as it lands in there. Count now 1 ball and 1 strike to Alter.
Comely give chase, but it fell into the dugout there as R.J. Brown was waving it foul. Comely went to the fence, and no play there as it landed in the Bulldog dugout.
Oviedo goes on the throw. Eichelberger tries to gun him down and can't do so.
Oviedo slid by the bag a bit, trying to get to the back of the bag to avoid the tag, and almost slid through, but grabbed that bag with his hand there and stayed on. Martinsburg now is 2 for 2 on stolen bases.
2-1 count to Alter. Runner again back in scoring position for Martinsburg. Pitch misses for ball 3 and off the glove and to the backstop of the catcher Eichelberger. So Oviedo takes third base. Still 1 out. 1-0 game in the bottom of the first. Martinsburg leads Spring Mills.
Alter controls the bat really well. Look for him to possibly try to push the ball on the right side to get this easy RBI.
3-1 pitch. Line drive right to the second baseman, Wysocki, and he jumps up and makes the catch for out number 2, and that keeps Oviedo staying put at third.
He pushed it that way. If he could have got it on the ground, it would have got him an RBI. If it gets 2 foot higher, he gets him possibly a double, but instead he hit it right at Wysocki, who jumped up there and made the catch for a line out to the second baseman, and keeps, like you said, keeps Oviedo at home.
Ben Reisenweber swings through the first pitch, and it's a line drive into left center field. It rolls all the way to the wall. Oviedo comes home to score. It's a stand-up double for Ben Reisenweber with 2 outs in the bottom of the first to give Martinsburg now a 2-0 lead over Spring Mills.
Martinsburg seen the ball pretty well against Brandon Montgomery. Hit by pitch, a single, a line out, a double. Getting pretty solid contact here off of Montgomery early. So could be a long day if he doesn't keep the bat off of the if he doesn't keep the ball off the heart of the plate there. Martinsburg doing a great job of staying back on his off speed, trying to take it the other way or stay back through the box.
Owen Rubenthal now up to bat. First pitch from Montgomery misses outside to the left-handed batter for ball 1. Rubenthal DHing for Welt. Runner on second. Pitch from Montgomery. Big swing and a miss from Rubenthal for strike 1. Owen steps back into the box with the 1-1 count and 2 outs. First and third baseman for Spring Mills guarding the lines. This pitch from Montgomery inside for ball 2 to Rubenthal.
Jefferson retook the lead in the bottom of the third with a triple by Surf Guerra and an RBI single by Riley Morgan. So it's 4-3 now in the, I believe, the top of the fourth.
This is a liner right to the shortstop. Anders makes the catch to end the first inning. Martinsburg scores 2 runs on 2 hits, leaves 1 stranded, and we're headed to the second on the other side of this 1-minute break. And Martinsburg 2, Spring Mills nothing. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
The future doesn't wait. Why should you? Blue Ridge Community and Technical College offers over 60 degree and certificate programs in education, IT, culinary arts, engineering, and so much more. Small class sizes, flexible schedules with evening and online classes, affordable tuition, plus financial aid is available to those who qualify. Now you can go to college. Visit us online at blueridgectc.edu. That's blueridgectc.edu. Stop waiting and enroll today.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Top of the second inning, brought to you by the Heffley Motor Company, located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. A nice place to do business. 2-0. Martinsburg leads Spring Mills after 1. Due up for Spring Mills, Schwartz, Eichelberger, Montgomery, the 4, 5, 6 batters in the Cardinals lineup. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Alongside me is Trip Tobin. John Alderton's our on-site producer. Nick Verzolini's our cameraman. Back at the studios, Dylan Bishop. Charlene Schwartz steps up to the plate for Spring Mills. Here against Carson Buber. Buber sets, wind up, and the pitch. Misses for ball 1 to begin the top of the second.
That's Buber's 11th pitch. He threw 10 in the first inning, 6 for strikes. On the other side, Montgomery threw 23 pitches in the first inning, 14 for strikes.
Buber's next pitch popped up over to the left side and out of play. Count now 1-1. Buber coming off arguably his best performance of the season against Jefferson last week. Pitched the full game, only gave up 1 hit and a 4-1 win for the Bulldogs to end the regular season at 27-2. 1-1 pitch. Hard grounder. Straight to the third baseman, Ben Reisenweber down the line. His throw across the diamond beats the runner in Schwartz for out number 1.
Talking to Buber there before the game. Talking a little bit about that game, talking about arm care, and he says he's going to use location tonight and some other pitches, and he's not going to try to throw too many for the radar gun here tonight, as he's going to try to keep that arm healthy as we get into the postseason, not try to overdo it or overthrow.
Now up to bat for Spring Mills is Eichelberger. First pitch from Buber misses high for ball 1.
There were times in that Jefferson game where he had hit the radar gun 86, 87 mile an hour, and he just threw a whale of a game that night. Some gritty performance. The game was really tight, at times where Jefferson had the go-ahead run on third base, and he just bared down and really gripped it and ripped it there.
2-0 pitch, called a strike to Eichelberger, so the count 2-1. Eichelberger has a hot pink baseball bat. This one called strike, so the count 2-2.
It definitely resembles a girl's softball bat, but it looks like a... See what he can do with it.
2-2 pitch just outside from the Buber fastball, so the count now full at 3-2. Already 1 out. Payoff pitch. Blooped over the head of the second baseman Everhart into right field for a single.
Yeah, got down the count there. Got into a hitter's count there, 3-2. Buber not want to give up any free bases. Threw a fastball there, caught a lot of the plate. Nice job by the catcher, who gives away to a courtesy runner here.
Curry and
Keelan Curry. The pitcher comes on, but something that Carson needs to avoid if he wants to keep the pitch count down as those long counts and those 3-2 counts here, and keep that arm healthy for the rest of the tournament.
Hoover sets pitch to Montgomery, misses low and away for ball 1. Something that is starting to become a trend here in this one against Spring Mills. The first pitch to each batter, I believe, has been a ball. Next one, outside for ball 2.
Yep, definitely not what you want to do. First pitch strike. First pitch strike is what you'll hear from any pitching coach when you break it down in simple terms. It's, of course, easier said than done at times.
2-0. It's ball 3.
Hoover's going to step off the back of the mound, gather himself. One out, man on first base. Keelan Curry, the courtesy runner for the catcher, Aiden Eichelberger, who blooped a single.
The 3-0. Called a strike on the inside part of the plate. Montgomery thought it was ball 4. He was ready to head down to first. He steps back into the right-handed box. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch from Buber. Grounded to the second baseman, Everhart. He only has to play at first. He gets the out, number 2.
Not much he could do as the ball was hit behind Keelan Curry there, and so Everhart had to go to his left towards first base. He only had 1 play there, and just did a nice job of just taking what was given him, and so brings up third baseman Jacob Cumley, who has an RBI opportunity here.
Yep, runner on second. 2 outs, top of the second. Pitch from Buber to Cumley inside for a ball.
Last time these two played here at P.O. Faulkner, Cumley was on the pitcher's mound and threw a very, very good game. Gave his team a very good opportunity to win here early.
Yeah, 9 strikeouts, if I remember correctly. This pitch right down the heart of the plate for a strike to Cumley to count 1-1.
Definitely had his best stuff working that night early in the year. Since then, he's had some arm soreness, I believe, and has been saddled a little bit with a sore arm.
1-1 is a breaking ball from Buber that freezes Cumley for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Spring Mills. Buber for Martinsburg sets, looks at the runner on second. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, called strike 3. Cumley goes down looking to end the inning in strand 1, keeping it at Martinsburg 2, Spring Mills nothing. We're at the bottom of the second on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
I'm Jason Stedman, and I'm running to be your next Berkeley County prosecuting attorney. I'm an experienced, proven leader. I have 25 years of trial and legal experience. I spent 6 of those years serving as a prosecuting attorney. I'm an Eagle Scout and have the training and real-world experience running the Shenandoah Area Council, serving on church boards, and running my own practice. I have some new ideas to bring to the office and plans to save the county significant funds. Please vote for Jason Stedman for prosecuting attorney. I'm asking for your support and your vote to move this county forward.
Paid for by candidate.
Pitching.
We welcome you back here at P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the bottom of the second inning, brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. 2-0. Bulldogs lead the Spring Mills Cardinals. Due up for Martinsburg, the 7, 8, 9 batters, Edwards, Brown, and Everhart.
Seen Edwards here in this 7th spot do a lot of damage. So Martinsburg's got one of the best bottom of the lineup, if you want to call them that, certainly in the area, and not in the state. Of course, that's probably one of the reasons why they're number 1 in the state, because they have been able to turn that lineup over and get production up and down the lineup 1 through 9 all year.
First 2 pitches from Montgomery to Edwards miss outside, so it counts 2-0. Still early between Hedgesville and Musselman. That headed to the bottom of the first, still scoreless. The 2-0 misses for ball 3 to Edwards. Check on Jefferson. Looks like they're still leading Hampshire, extending it now to 6-3 in the bottom of the 4th. The 3-0 is ball 4. It's a leadoff walk for Braden Edwards in Martinsburg to start off the bottom of the 2nd. Winner of Jefferson Hampshire takes on Washington tomorrow. They had the bye in Section 2, being the 1 seed.
R.J. Brown coming in. He's got his typical pants on up to the knees with the orange and black and white stirrups. R.J., another guy who runs the bases really well.
Now up to bat is Jameer Brown, with R.J. Brown doing the courtesy running at first. Jameer Brown steps into the right-handed box against Montgomery. As Montgomery sets. Wind up in the pitch. It's lined into left center field and down for a base hit. And it goes through the glove of the center fielder, J.P. Sweeney, but it's only a single for Brown. And R.J. Brown will head to second for Martinsburg, with Everhart up to bat now in the 9-hole.
Yeah, ball got over the shortstop there and looped into left center field and got past Sweeney just a little bit, but not enough for anybody to advance. So first and second, nobody out. Everhart, a great bunter here. Martinsburg likes to bunt, likes to run, so see if they'll put some pressure on as first baseman moves up.
Montgomery's fastball misses outside, almost gets past Eichelberger, but he's able to snag it. It's ball 1.
That's the last thing that they want to do is let them move up without a sacrifice, as you have Rylan Swartz on first base moving way up the line. Wysocki's shaded towards second to cover the bag. You got Anders holding.
Pitch from Montgomery is bunted down the third base side. Everhart sprinting down the first base line, and he's safe as the throw from Cumley could not beat him to the bag.
Yeah, it was a great bunt by, you want to bunt away from the defense, and exactly what Keegan Everhart did. He bunted. Cumley was deep. Cumley played it almost like a slow rolling ground ball, and he had to finally come and get it when he realized that it was going to be his ball, and speedy Keegan Everhart out of the box just runs it out. As you have timeout here, as Coach Hammond's going to come and speak with the pitcher here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Behind the plate, we got a break. Keith Allison, first base. Jeff Ruess, second base tonight is Dave Boyd. Third base looks like Tim Offit, I believe. You might correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe it's Tim Offit out there. Yep. So 4-man crew tonight. I'm not sure across the EPAC if that's the same, but
I'd assume so. With it being playoff baseball, they're at least attempting to do
with
the same.
The shortage of umpires.
Right.
It could be one short here and there, but I'm assuming that they are we're in full force tonight, and just about every, if not every, umpire is out and about.
So bases loaded, nobody out, bottom of the second. Martinsburg already leads 2-0. Up to bat, Isaac Grove trying to add on to the Bulldog lead. First pitch is grounder in between shortstop and third in the left field. 1 run will score. Rounding third, coming home is Jameer Brown for another run. The ball gets cut off and bobbled. So now going from second to third on the throwing error is Everhart. And advancing to second is Grove. 4-0 Martinsburg now.
Yeah, Cumley was the cutoff. The throw took him towards the pitcher's mound. Anders didn't cover third on that as Cumley became the cutoff to home, so that allowed a very smart base running by Keegan Everhart to take off for third and move up without a throw. And while they were chasing Everhart to third, very smart was Isaac Grove to move up to second. So great hitting, great base running, and Martinsburg's putting the pressure on here with nobody out. 2 men on, already up 4-0 here in this bottom of the second.
Carson Buber takes the first pitch for a ball. 1-0 from Montgomery to Buber. He lets go by. It's a strike, so the count 1-1.
Buber needs to try to do what his teammates are doing, just take it back up through the middle. It's hard to pull the ball, try to pull on the ball on the pitcher that throws a lot of off speed. You just try to stay off your front foot, try to run it back through the box as this ball comes in low in the dirt for a ball.
Yep, so 2-1 now to Buber.
Martinsburg done a good job of staying behind, keeping the ball in the gaps.
Pitch from Montgomery. Fouled off by Buber. The count now 2-2 as that goes off the backstop and ricochets to the right. Runners on second and third. Still nobody out. It's 4-0 Martinsburg on top of Spring Mills in the bottom of the second. Montgomery sets. 2-2 to Buber. Low for ball 3 as he tried to get him to chase.
Looks like Connor Chancey's pitching for Musselman against Mason McGill, the freshman. Going to throw in the first round of the playoffs.
3-2's lined into left field, and it's down for a base hit. That's going to score 1 and put runners on the corners. And no, actually, it's going to score 2. As right as I was saying that it only scored 1, the throw got past the cutoff man and rolled behind second base. So great heads-up base running by the Bulldogs to make it 6-0.
Yeah, at the moment, the throw coming into the cutoff is not being handled well as Martinsburg continues to beat the ball in the gaps. Bryce Anders upset with the throws. Spring Mills needs to gather it in before not come unravel here. Still a lot of baseball, and right now Martinsburg is kind of smelling a little blood in the water at the moment.
Yep, 6-0 now. Already a 4-run bottom of the second. Pitch to Oviedo from Montgomery right down the middle for a strike.
Jackson Steen has come into courtesy run for the pitcher.
I was about to ask who that was. I was looking down at the scorecard, so appreciate that trip. Steen goes on the pitch, and it's a ball. No throw from the catcher, Eichelberger.
Yeah, at the moment, Spring Mills just having a tough time gloving the ball, doing some of the basic things here with the cutoff, and just keeping the ball out of the dirt.
1-1. It's called a strike as Oviedo lets it go by, so count 1-2.
No real fielding errors, just not getting the ball to the cutoff man correctly, and ball in the dirt on the stolen base.
This pitch on the outside corner called strike 3 for out number 1 as Oviedo gets caught looking.
Yeah, Pete Allison strike zone. A little bit off the plate there. High school, it's not going to be right down. It's not going to be an MLB strike zone. I would be here all night long. But, he was caught the Oviedo looking. Thought the ball might have been off the plate a ball or so, but.
Christian Alter now up to bat. First pitch into the opposite batter's box from Montgomery for a ball. Alter lined down to the second baseman. It's last time up. Got a runner on second with 1 out for Martinsburg. So they lead Spring Mill 6-0 in the bottom of the second. Alter fouls this one over towards the Martinsburg dugout, so the count 1-1.
Ball ran in on him a little bit. And Alter just called it off the handle. If he gets a hold of that, it's going to be a ball that's pulled down the line, which Alter is generally a gap-to-gap hitter.
The 1-1 pitch misses for ball 2. Montgomery trying to settle back in out on the mound for Spring Mills.
4 singles this inning and a walk. And Spring Mills throwing the ball around a little bit is giving Martinsburg 4 runs here in the bottom of the second.
2-1 misses. It's now a 3-1 count to Alter. Alter steps back in. Pitch. Alter makes contact. It's popped up into left center. Center fielder makes the catch for out number 2.
Sweeney out there is calling him off, making sure he had the ball there. Walter gets caught reaching there a little bit. Martinsburg generally doesn't leave too many base runners in scoring position with nobody out, so they've had Sweeney out on second base with nobody out, and next 2 batters were retired. Reisenweber doubled the first time, looking for another RBI.
First pitch in, almost hits Reisenweber. It's ball 1, and RBI double by Reisenweber was also with 2 outs for Martinsburg.
They do a lot of 2-out hitting.
Pitch from Montgomery. That one's high into the air down the first baseline in foul territory. Ryland Schwartz is underneath it, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the runner does get stranded at second, but Martinsburg was able to add on 4 in the bottom of the second, making it Martinsburg 6, Spring Mills nothing. We're headed to the third on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Trump's plan to stop woke gender ideology from poisoning our kids?
We'll investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks that participate in sex transitions of minor children.
And Big Pharma's lobbyists should be held accountable too, like Pat Morrissey. As a D.C. lobbyist, Morrissey helped steer taxpayer funds to a gender transition clinic for children and got rich lobbying for a drug company peddling puberty blockers. Morrissey's family still owns the D.C. firm that lobbies for a child transition provider with a clinic in West Virginia. Pro-trans liberal lobbyist. That's Pat Morrissey. The pro-Trump conservative businessman, Chris Miller. Miller supports Trump's plan to protect our kids.
As the father of an 11-year-old girl, you're darn right. I don't want her sharing a locker room with biological males. Woke doctors are literally practicing mutilation, not medicine, and they should be in prison. I'm Chris Miller, and I'll sign that law as governor.
Paid for by Miller for Governor.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the third inning, as the top of the third is brought to you by the Dutch Miller Automotive Group, home of friends and family pricing. It is 6-0. Martinsburg leads Spring Mills here in the AAA Region 2 Section 1 playoffs.
Looks like Landon Stanley's in the bullpen for Spring Mills, number 7. I believe that's who it is.
See if he comes in anytime here soon. But for now, Spring Mills is up to bat, and it's Butts up to bat. The 8-9-1 due up. Pitch from Buber, big swing and a miss from Butts for strike 1. So Butts steps back in on the left-handed side against Buber. The 0-1 misses, so the count now 1-1.
Still no score at Musselman as Hedgesville goes quietly in the top of the second. So Musselman's coming to the bat in the bottom. Nothing.
1-1 called strike 2 on the outside part of the plate to Butts. Winner of Hedgesville Musselman takes on the winner of this game, which as of right now it's Martinsburg 6, Spring Mills nothing. So if the lead stays put, as this pitch misses for ball 2, it would be Martinsburg hosting that winner of Hedgesville Musselman tomorrow. We'll have coverage of that game.
Bradley Butts, left-hander, left-handed swing.
2-2. Blooped into shallow left center field, hustling in and unable to get there is Logan Wilt. Kind of bounces off of him, though, on the dive. He's able to keep it in front of him. It's a leadoff single for Butts.
Yeah, Carson shaking his head, did everything right there. He got the pitch he wanted, got the young man to reach for it and pop it up, but it just found the perfect spot out there for a single, and that's just how baseball is. Sometimes that's why perfect games are really, really hard to come by, and things like that at every level, because the ball can find its way. You can do everything right and still give up a base hit or a home run. You can do everything, right at the plate and get out. So that's just kind of how this game is. It gives and takes.
Huber's fastball to Trump Power is called strike 1. This one is grounded to the third baseman, Reisenweber. And he gets it for 2? No. He got the runner at second, but the throw to first was not in time. So 2 outs on the 5-4-3 fielder's choice.
Yeah, the ball just chopped off the off the turf there, a little too high for level play. But Martinsburg, their defense has been outstanding, and they still almost turned it. It was just beat it by a step.
That'll bring up Anders. First pitch called a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Hoover sets. Pitch to Anders. Breaking ball that freezes Anders for strike 2.
He's really got that pitch working well tonight. I mean, I'm directly behind the plate, and when it leaves his hand, it appears it's going to hit the batter, and it just drops. I mean, it's moving, 18 inches.
The 0-2. Softly grounded foul over towards the Martinsburg dugout, keeping the count at 0-2.
Went with fastball away after that curveball froze him.
We reset, top of the third. 6-0 Martinsburg leads Spring Mills. Runner on first with 1 out for Spring Mills. Pitch from Carson Buber. Kind of slipped as that goes into the turf.
Yeah.
Count 1-2.
Almost like he short stepped there and looked like it was a quick pitch. Got in the turf. Great job by Edwards back there keeping the runners at bay, not letting it get by him.
1-2 misses outside, so the count 2-2 as Anders has found himself back into slightly a hitter's count. Hoover sets the 2-2. Outside for ball 3, and it's straight to the backstop, so easily going over is Trumpauer to second.
That's how big that block was earlier, because if not, he ends up at third. I mean, we can always play the ifs, ands, and buts games, but certainly every pitch counts at this level.
The 3-2 misses low for ball 4, so Anders walks down to first.
Nice at bat by Anders after falling behind early. Just stay in there.
I'm going to send Braden Edwards, the catcher for Martinsburg, out to talk with his pitcher, Carson Buber. So far here in the top of the third, you had Butts lead off with a single. And Trumpauer got to first on the 5-4 fielder's choice. And he stole second on the wild pitch. And now Anders walks over to first. So 1 out, runners on first and second. And off the bat is Treston Wysocki. Pitch from Buber to Wysocki. On away for ball 1. Buber gets the ball back for Edwards, immediately steps on the rubber, is ready to go for the 1-0 pitch. The kick in, the delivery is a fastball called a strike. So count 1-1. Looks like he took maybe a little bit off that fastball to be able to locate it.
Yeah, he just caught him between, velocity and release. His release point at the moment.
1-1, he goes to the curveball for strike 2.
The curveball's working, whether or not that fastball is spotted up today as much as he'd like, but that curveball certainly is working.
Wysocki already struck out today. Buber trying to get him again, but he sends this one into right center field. Isaac Grove sprints over, makes the catch for the out. The runners stay put at first and second.
Left the bat, looked like it might get down a little bit, stayed up in the air. Got under it a bit there, so bring Sweeney to the plate. Like I said the first time, Sweeney was a guy who has home run power. He took a fastball deep early in the game, early in the year, to give Spring Mills some life in a 1-0 lead, and would come down to a very, very close game, a tightly played game. That 4-2 victory Martinsburg ended up with that night.
First pitch from Buber to J.P. Sweeney is called strike 1.
Mossman goes quietly in the bottom of the second as Mason McGill strikes out 2 batters and Jason Myers grounds out to still nothing.
Big swing and a miss from Sweeney here for strike 2.
So they head to the top of the third, nothing. And we're here in the top of the third, 6-0 Martinsburg with runners on first and second and 2 outs.
Yep, for Spring Mills. Boober sets on the rubber. Looks at the runner behind him. Line up in the 0-2 pitch. Hard grounder to Oviedo at short. He scoops it up, fires it to first, and snagging it off the turf is Jameer Brown for out number 3.
Nice play by Jameer, knocking it down. If it gets by him, runners are going to score. So just a really, really good job of Martinsburg once again showing their defensive prowess.
So no runs again for Spring Mills. They leave the 2 stranded after only 1 hit. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Still Martinsburg 6, Spring Mills nothing. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Principled, proven, local. Republican Wayne Clark has a record of supporting policies important to Jefferson County. Delegate Clark is endorsed by West Virginians for Life, West Virginia Citizens Defense League, West Virginia's oil and gas industry, West Virginia's coal industry, West Virginia Farm Bureau, and many more. Wayne Clark has consistently supported our state's fossil fuel industry and America's energy independence. Vote to re-elect Republican Wayne Clark for the House of Delegates.
Paid for by Clark for WV.
Are you ready to flip into fun? Introducing Flip and Cheer Gymnastics, where parties, classes, and camps come alive with glow lights and non-stop action. Our professional party planner will work with you to design a dream party for your child. Book your party today and get ready for a high-energy celebration that will leave your guests beaming. And don't forget our classes and camps, where our expert coaches will help your child tumble, flip, and soar to new heights. Flip and Cheer Gymnastics, where every day is a chance to shine. Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we go into the bottom of the third inning now, brought to you by the team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state area, they have you covered. Due up for Martinsburg, it's the 6, 7, 8 batters, Rupenthal, Edwards, and Brown, as Martinsburg leads Spring Mills 6-0 here in this playoff baseball action in the Mountain State. Even though we saw somebody warming up in the bullpen for Spring Mills, I believe that's still Montgomery out there on the mound. It's the pitch. It's fouled over the third base dugout for strike 1 by Rupenthal. And lined out to shortstop in the bottom of the first to end the inning. It's the 0-1 from Montgomery. It's called strike 2 as Rupenthal lets it go by.
Still see Anders out there doing some plyo balls, so he looks like he's going to be the go-to guy when Montgomery's day is up.
The 0-2 is lined to the second baseman. He scoops it up on his knee. Wysocki throws to first for out number 1.
Nice play by Wysocki. He went to his knee, backhand, strong throw across. Owen Rubenthal coming out of the box to the left side, had a step. Had to throw him out by a half step.
Now it's bats Braden Edwards, the catcher for Martinsburg.
Braden Edwards!
He walked on 4 straight pitches in his first at-bat.
Started that big 4-run inning.
Montgomery taking his time out on the mound. Now wind-up kick in the pitch to Edwards. This is just below the knees for ball 1. Edwards steps back in on the left side, kind of opens his stance just slightly as the 1-0 pitch. Called a strike. The first strike Edwards has seen today. Count 1-1. The delivery, hard foul ball straight backwards, so the count 1-2.
Edwards had to be starting to think that maybe they didn't want to pitch to him.
You know, he does have power in his bat.
Yes, he does.
1-2 from Montgomery's outside, so the count 2-2. He has 2 homers on the year, if I correct. I'm double checking here.
I know he has a home run here, a grand slam at Musselman.
3 home runs.
3 home runs.
So that was 1 short. This one rounded foul down the first base line, keeping the count at 2-2. 3 home runs on the year has him tied with Oviedo first on the team. And you have a 3-way tie in second with 2 for Buber, Reisenweber, and Rupenthal.
Martinsburg shows power up and down the lineup.
And he sends this one into right field, backing up Bradley Butts, and he makes the catch for the out.
Edwards didn't get all that when you kind of heard it come off the end of the bat and still drove it a good 280-some feet out there, and there's only 305 in that corner, so drove Bradley Butts back a little bit and did a nice job going back and on that, making it look easy.
That'll bring up Jameer Brown. 2 outs, nobody on base. The bottom of the third, it's Martinsburg 6, Spring Mills nothing. Pitch from Montgomery to Brown. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. Brown was ahead of that one. Takes a deep breath and then steps back in on the right-handed side. 0-1. Brown lets go by, and it's called strike 2. Montgomery trying to get out of this inning quickly for Spring Mills. 0-2 drills Brown in the back. So never mind about potentially getting out of the inning quickly. He sends a runner over to first base, as that's the second batter he's plunked so far today. The other being Isaac Grove to lead off the bottom of the first.
Number 2.
Now it looks like we'll see action back out in the bullpen on the first base line for Spring Mills. Keegan Everhart steps up the bat for Martinsburg. Pitch from Montgomery. Everhart sends into center field, and it's caught by J.P. Sweeney for the out. So Spring Mills still able to get out of the inning quickly, even with the hit by pitch to Brown. We'll head to the fourth. It's still Martinsburg 6, Spring Mills nothing. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Brought to you by Farmers and Mechanics Insurance. Reliable coverage since 1877. Call 304-263-0809 for a quote today, or visit them at fmiwv.com. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10. Alongside me is Trip Tobin. Our on-site producer is John Alderton. Cameraman is Nick Verzolini. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop. Top of the fourth, due up for Spring Mills. Swartz, Eichelberger, Montgomery, the 4-5-6 batters as they trail Martinsburg 6-0.
Uber coming out here after getting tested a little bit, get a couple runners on last inning, was able to get out of it.
First pitch to Swartz, catches the inside corner of the plate for strike 1.
Swartz 5-3, ground out the last inning. Last time at bat.
0-1 curveball called strike 2. Hooper only with 2 strikeouts so far. Trying to get his third. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Grounded off the foot of Swartz. Shakes it off. Keeps the count at 0-2. Waiting for the home plate umpire to examine the baseball and get behind the catcher, Braden Edwards, who was talking with Carson Buber midway between the mound and home plate. Everybody's back into their positions. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. The pitch swung on and missed by Swartz for the strikeout. Third one for Buber. It's out number 1 at the top of the 4th.
Buber makes it look easy at times when he's got that curveball working and he locates his fastball. He's really, really tough to hit.
Eichelberger now up to bat.
He's got the hot pink on.
Pitch from Buber. Caught a strike. Bottom right part of the strike zone.
Right now.
0-1. Drilled foul just over the first base dugout.
At the moment, Game Changer has Carson Buber at 3 2/3, but there's only 1 out in this inning. And as you look back on Game Changer, they have Anders batting twice, 1 striking out, 1 walking. So his pitch totals on Game Changer, if you're watching, probably aren't correct at this moment.
Curveball misses inside for a ball, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. I had him at 49 pitches entering this inning. He had 4 to Swartz, and now 3 so far to Eichelberger, so this should be 55, and it's a fly ball down the third baseline, running over is Logan Wilt. He makes the catch for the out.
Nice play by Wilt out there. Ball struck pretty well by Eichelberger, who had a base hit the first time up, kind of pretty clean base hit into right field, but this time he catches a little bit of the barrel there and sends Logan Wilt towards the 305 line, but Wilt, who showed some really good ability to track the fly ball out there this summer, or excuse me, this spring, has made that play look pretty easy.
This pitch is grounded foul down the third base side by Montgomery. No balls, 1 strike to Montgomery. Buber. Pitch number 59 now, and it's at the knees of Montgomery for a strike. So I think Game Changer's only 1 pitch off.
Maybe.
So not too bad.
Not too bad. They just have him throw in an extra third of an inning because they had him at 4 innings already, and he hasn't finished this one yet. So
the 0-2 misses for a ball. Count 1-2 to Montgomery.
Pitch count becomes big in sectional baseball as you know when you can come back.
A 1-2. Curveball that kind of hung up as Montgomery just swatted at it. He grounds it straight back up to Buber, who steps off the mound, tosses it over to Brown at first for the out. So 3 up, 3 down goes Spring Mills in the top of the 4th, keeping it Martinsburg 6, Spring Mills nothing, wide to the bottom of the 4th. On the other side of this 1-minute break, this is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. Bottom of the 4th is brought to you by Mother Shucker's Crab Shack, located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Our score, Martinsburg 6, Spring Mills, nothing. Apologies there for some feedback. Tripp kind of fumbling with his headset over there. Good?
I knocked it off.
Knocked it off your head.
Talking to Chuck.
Isaac Grove up to bat to lead off the bottom of the fourth with Martinsburg's top of the lineup. Pitch from Montgomery hits Grove for the second time today, and the third hit batter for the Bulldogs. Grove's getting a unfortunate welcome back here.
One thing that Grove does well, he gets on base one way or the other. He sacrifices his body or take a walk or get a base hit. Right tonight, he's 3 for 3 on base percentage. He's at 1,000 on OBP tonight.
And a pickoff attempt over at first, and just in safely's Grove.
You know, the fact that he has that had that first step burst, and he also picks himself up off the turf pretty quick, shows that he's pretty daggone healthy here tonight.
Montgomery's pitch to Carson Buber misses for a ball. A 1-0 to Buber. Buber is wide out to right. Singled and then advanced to second on an error. He squares to bunt, pulls it back. It's a strike. This throw sails into center field. Grove stole and now goes to third. The throw not in time.
Grove showing some speed there as he's showing that leg is healthy. Tell him as he gets a stolen base and then advances to third on the overthrow. So 2 bases out of 1 there as Buber squared the bunt. Like I said, Martinsburg, we know, will bunt 1 through 9 regardless of who you are or what your average is.
A 1-1 strike. The pitch fouled off by Buber. So the count 1-2.
Buber now with an opportunity for an easy RBI as Spring Mills keeps the defense back across the diamond. Unless it comes to a corner hard or to a pitcher on the ground, Grove's going to score with that speed. Anything in the outfield, he'll tag.
1-2. Yes, misses on the outside corner, so the count 2-2.
Nice job by Eichelberger to pull that thing up a little bit there as it was come in a little low.
Pitch lined right into the glove of the third baseman, Jacob Cumley, for an out.
Good job by great piece of hitting there by Buber as he ripped it to the third baseman, but a really heads-up play by Isaac Grove to, a lot of times you see that, you think it's going to be a base hit, you start jogging home or coming off the base, but at contact he was going back, so great job there by great base running by Isaac Grove to not get doubled off over there.
Brings up Oviedo. Montgomery's kick and throw to Oviedo fouled over the press box for strike 1.
Montgomery settled in a little bit since he's gotten he got beat around a little bit there that second inning.
Next pitch lined right back up the middle and into right center field. It's down for a base hit. It's going to get past the center fielder, J.P. Sweeney, jogging home to score is Grove, and Oviedo has a stand-up RBI double to make it 7-0 Martinsburg in the bottom of the fourth.
Oviedo doing a nice job taking that ball right back through the middle. When you have a guy who throws off speed like that, you can't try to, you can't be trying to pull everything. As we see Coach Barrett coming out, could be a pitching change. We see Landon Stanley tagging along behind. So it looks like it's going to be the end of the day for Montgomery as he is he's going to leave this game with 1 runner as his responsibility here, giving up 7 already.
So we'll step aside and take a 30-second break with the pitching change. Again, bottom of the fourth. It's Martinsburg 7, Spring Mills nothing. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
April is National Donate Life Month. WV Medicine is joining the effort to raise awareness for organ donation. Did you know that more than 100,000 people are waiting for life-saving organ transplants? One donor can save up to 8 people through organ donation, provide sight for 2 people through cornea donation, and restore health for more than 75 people through tissue donation. Join WV Medicine and help spread awareness about the gift of donation. And if you haven't registered, visit registerme.org.
welcome you back here as we have a pitching change for Spring Mills, which is brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361.
Musselman took the lead there in the bottom of the third on a safety squeeze by Isaac Gilbert as Gans was hit by a pitch. Mason McGill pitching, then he advanced around from second to third on wild pitches after the hit by pitch. So he made it to second and third on 2 wild pitches, and then came home on the sacrifice bunt, which would have been a sacrifice bunt, kind of a safety squeeze. And Gilbert reached on that error, so Musselman pulls out, gets the first run on the board up there in South Berkeley County.
By the way, I forgot to say, Landon Stanley now doing the pitching.
Landon Stanley.
Spring Mills. Brandon Montgomery went over to first base from the pitcher's mound. I'm trying to see if
looks like Butts went
to any
Butts
other
went to,
changes.
I think Butts went to left. Rylan Schwartz went to center. So I guess Sweeney moves to right. So it appears that
Taylor exits.
And Landon has to go in that spot, and so we'll see Landing in the getting DH for. Is the way I see it.
Up to bat is Alter. Pitch from Stanley misses for a ball. So, trying my best to figure out these changes here. This one lined into left center, and it's down for a hit by Alter. Oviedo staying put at third. Throw keeps him there, so runners on the corners for Martinsburg with still only 1 out.
Again, Martinsburg doing a good job of just sending the ball back up the middle, not trying to do too much with it, just very patient at the plate. A lot of times it gets a velo that's not as fast as, some get off-speed pitchers who are junk ballers, and you want to pull the ball, and you get out in your front foot, you pop it up. But Martinsburg has lined the ball back up to the box many times tonight. It's like Cumley, Anders, Wysocki, and Montgomery are the infield. I believe the outfield is left to right is Butts, Schwartz, and Sweeney. As Stanley has entered in Sam Taylor's spot, it will probably be DH for by Trumpauer.
Runner goes, and Spring Mills tries to go with the trickery. Running in was Wysocki from second to kind of cut off the throw of Eichelberger to see if Oviedo would try to steal home. He didn't, so only taking second was Alter to have 2 runners now in scoring position for Martinsburg. Infield in now for Spring Mills, 1 out. And Reisenweber sends this to left center field. Sprinting over is Schwartz, and it's unable to get there. Goes off the wall. 2 runs will score. Reisenweber thinking 3, and the throw off the mark. So it's a base-clearing triple by Ben Reisenweber, extending Martinsburg's lead out to 9-0.
Yeah, he took off. I mean, he was reading that on his own. He wasn't reading Coach Baller on that as he the throw was, Ryland had run the ball down, and he looked up, was kind of surprised that Ben took off, but the throw had to be a good throw as he used his speed, but threw the ball up and high, and Reisenweber slides in that head-first slide. And he is the 10th run should he score here, and Martinsburg would only need 3 outs on top of the 5th.
Yep. Infield stays in. The first pitch to Rupenthal missed for a ball. The next one is grounded over to the first base dugout foul. The count now 1-1 to Rupenthal.
Fielded cleanly over there by Corey Hammond with the pencil in his hand.
Stanley out on the mound, staring down the hitter for Martinsburg and Owen Rupenthal. 1-1 pitch. Fastball high for ball 2.
Rupenthal with an opportunity here to find some green here. Unless he hits it right at an infielder, Martinsburg will be up 10-0.
2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch, scoring the bunch, Rupenthal, and it's up the middle, and running home to score is Reisenweber off the sack bunt. Rupenthal gets gunned down, diving into first for out number 2.
Yeah, that's just what you have to do there. You just go in and you play for that 10th run. It's sectional baseball. Regardless, it's not anything that's that's what you might say, bush league or nothing. It's just playing to end these games as quick as possible, save as much pitching as possible, and be as strong as possible later in the week and get the win. But not only get the win, but save pitches. And it's just it's just exactly how it was written up there.
So 10-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Martinsburg leads Spring Mills. Up the bat is Edwards. He'll foul off the first pitch from Stanley to the backstop for strike one.
But we know Martinsburg, they will run, they will bunt, they will squeeze. Musselman up there, they squeezed in their first run. Martinsburg squeezed it in their 10th run. So both teams are, at the moment using a little small ball to try to get a victory.
Pitch from Stanley misses low to Edwards. The count now 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Low, making it 2-1.
Hedgesville goes down the top of the fourth, so 4 innings complete, and Connor Chansey has yet to give up a run. And so at this point, Chansey is 5 strikeouts.
See an update from Jefferson as well. It looks like that's still 10-3. As Edwards grounds this one straight to the second baseman, Wysocki bends down, scoops it up, throws to first to end the bottom of the fourth. So we'll head to the fifth. 10-0. Martinsburg leads Spring Mills as Spring Mills down to its final 3 outs unless they can score a run and avoid a mercy rule loss. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 1 minute.
More Capito has a clear immigration plan.
Law enforcement will deport illegals, and fentanyl dealers will face life in prison.
A clear plan on taxes.
As governor, I'll cut the state income tax completely, and it will attract more companies and more jobs to West Virginia.
And More Capito wrote the bill banning puberty blockers for children, while Morrissey got rich lobbying for the puberty blocker companies. More Capito has a few words for Morrissey.
California's that way.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Curry's going to hit.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. As you just heard from Tripp, it looks like we're having a pinch hitter here to begin the top of the fifth, which is brought to you by L.A. Roberts Jewelers, committed to excellence in quality design and craftsmanship, located at 146 North Queen Street in Martinsburg. So, looks like we'll have Curry pinch hitting. I believe it's for Cumley, who should be due up.
Keelan Curry coming in to hit here. Young man ran earlier as a courtesy runner, so when you courtesy running does not enter you into the game officially. So he's available to come in and legally hit and play the field and enter the game as he is now.
Pitch from Buber. It's called a strike to Curry to start off this fifth inning.
Buber down. Buber can throw another 10 to 12 pitches here and then make himself available for Friday. Should Martinsburg opt to hold him at 75 pitches.
This pitch missed. It's count 1-1 to Curry. This pitch now called a strike, so count 1-2.
Which could mean that if they were to win tomorrow, they'd be off Thursday.
Right.
And then he could pitch the sectional championship game if he stays under 75.
1-2. Big swing and a miss from Curry for strike 3. It's out number 1 in the top of the fifth. Strikeout number 4 of the night for Carson Buber. Now up to bat is Bradley Butts. Butts has a single. It's one of the 2 hits today for Spring Mills. Pitch from Buber. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. Boober sets. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Not wasting any pitches here in the bottom of the order as Boober's going to try to make it that Martinsburg don't have to make any decisions.
No balls, 2 strikes to Butts. The 0-2. Fouled off over towards the concession stand on the third base side, keeping the count at 0-2. Already 1 out in the top of the 5th. It's Martinsburg 10, Spring Mills nothing. Martinsburg trying to get a mercy rule victory over Spring Mills here in the first round of the playoffs as this pitch low for a ball. Count 1-2. So, only 6 more pitches for Boober. Most likely is this pitch high for a ball. Count now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Pitch inside to Butts. Count now 3-2. Boober sets. Wind up and the pitch. Called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts in the top of the 5th. That's out number 2.
Like Coach Bowler's going to come, possibly make the change.
Yep, a timeout's called as.
Is it Ovi? Yeah.
Looks like we'll get a pitching change, and it looks like it will be Braden Oviedo going to the mound for Martinsburg to try to get the final out of the ball game for the Bulldogs. So we'll step aside, take a 30-second break, and then be back. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Back in 30 seconds.
Looks like
Principled, proven, local. Republican Wayne Clark has a record of supporting policies important to Jefferson County. Delegate Clark is endorsed by West Virginians for Life, West Virginia Citizens Defense League, West Virginia's oil and gas industry, West Virginia's coal industry, West Virginia Farm Bureau, and many more. Wayne Clark has consistently supported our state's fossil fuel industry and America's energy independence. Vote to re-elect Republican Wayne Clark for the House of Delegates.
Paid for by Clark for WV.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park as a pitching change for Martinsburg. It's brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. It's a straight swap between the pitcher's mound and shortstop. Braden Oviedo goes to the mound. Boober goes to short. So Oviedo just needs 1 out to get Martinsburg a 10-0 mercy rule win against Spring Mills. Also want to make an announcement for the Martinsburg High School Alumni Association annual banquet. That's Saturday, May 25th at 1 p.m. Banquet's at 301 Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg, which is the Holiday Inn. Tickets are $25 and are available at Jordan and Hess, Patterson's Drug Store, or call Dale at 304-676-6969. The tickets are being sold up until May 17th, so you only got 10 more days to purchase those tickets for the Martinsburg High School Alumni Annual Banquet, again, Saturday, May 25th at the Holiday Inn at 1 p.m.
As we head into the top of the 5th, in the top of the 5th, 1 out left for Spring Mills. Martinsburg up 10-0, and 1 pitch might do it.
Trump Power fly ball to center. And jumping in front of the center fielder, Isaac Grove, is the right fielder, Christian Alter, snagging the final out and giving Martinsburg a 10-0 win over Spring Mills. In 5, it's a mercy rule victory for the Bulldogs, which means they will play host to the winner of Musselman and Hedgesville tomorrow here at P.O. Faulkner Park. Spring Mills will head to the losers bracket, awaiting the loser of that Musselman-Hedgesville game for an elimination game tomorrow. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, then be back for our post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Mother suckers, fresh Florida stone crab straight from the boat to your throat. Blue crabs, king, snow, Dungeness, all
available year-round. Try and find that anywhere else around here. Homemade soup specials every day. Mother Shuckers is located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Mother Shuckers, we have an opinion. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Come on over.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Panhandle Printing and Design is your full-service local print shop.
With over 50 years of combined experience, we know how to handle all of your printing and design needs.
We can handle anything, from small business cards to wrapping large vehicles. Our in-house design team can do it all. As a staple of this community, we love helping people promote their events, businesses, and anything they're passionate about. Envision, create, and bring your ideas to life with Panhandle Printing and Design.
Is your skin dry or breaking out? Are your muscles sore and tight? Then take a few hours or even a whole day to refresh yourself, recover, and rejuvenate at Personal Reflection Day Spa, located at 102 Hovatter Drive in Inwood. Personal Reflection Day Spa is an award-winning spa for 15 consecutive years. The friendly, experienced staff will give you the treatment you deserve from the minute you walk in the door. Book your appointment by calling 304-821-1333 or online at personalreflectiondayspa.com.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park as Martinsburg is victorious over Spring Mills by a final score of 10-0 here in this AAA Region 2 Section 1 game. So Martinsburg advances in the winner's bracket. They'll play the winner of Musselman-Hedgesville. Spring Mills heads over to the loser's bracket, and we'll await the loser of Musselman-Hedgesville. Postgame shows brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu, deli specials, and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Alongside me is Trip Tobin, our on-site producers, John Alderton. Nick Verzolini's the cameraman. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop as Martinsburg breaks its post-game huddle. We're waiting for Trip Tobin to make his way down and do our post-game interviews with the head coach of the Bulldogs, Aaron Byler, as well as tonight's player of the game, which is brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading health care here and everywhere. And that will be tonight for Martinsburg, Ben Reisenweber, as he had 3 RBIs, I believe, off a 2-for-3 day with a triple and a double. So just waiting for Trip to grab Ben, make their way down the third base line, and stop over near home plate for an interview. So we'll have that just a few short moments. And Trip getting into position with Ben.
Test. You got it? Here with Martinsburg Bulldog third baseman Ben Rasmussen. Ben, 2 for 3 today, 3 RBIs. Base hits. Take us through those at bats.
I like to be aggressive early in the game. That and close it up in the gap and.
And you've been a staple at this defense out here at Martinsburg. He's made some really nice plays, made a couple nice plays tonight. What can you say about this defense?
Yeah, the defense. We've always been a good defensive team. Coach Bauer's always instilled that in us, just to get as many reps and practice as many as we can as possible. Great starting pitching also helps. Carson Buber, Lane DeLauder, everyone rolling ground balls, easy ground balls to field, and I can't thank the starting pitching enough. They're doing great.
So it's 1-0 lead up at Musselman right now. You guys get the winner of that game. You come in here tomorrow. You got your win tonight. What are you guys thinking about for tomorrow?
We don't care who we're going to play. We're just going to come in with the same mindset, and that's to go 1-0 tomorrow. whoever we face, it's the same mindset, same mentality, and Coach Byler, we know what we have to do.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Trip. Appreciate it.
Well, first off, Coach Byler, congratulations on the win. And it's almost like you drew it up.
Yeah, I was just going to say, can't draw it up much better, You stress all week about what you should do and, who you should throw. And, I told you pregame, I think you got to throw your guys. And, for our guys to battle there and get some runs for Carson and to be able to keep him there at 73 pitches under the 75 threshold is it's big. It just means that he's available on Friday. It doesn't mean, anything much but that. But I thought he pitched really, really well tonight.
So you got a lot of couple base hits there tonight, a lot of extra base hits from this team up and down the lineup. What can you say about the offense?
Yeah, I think the offense is clicking right now. I think Ben Reisenweber had some great at-bats, Ovi with a big at-bat. We even hit a couple balls hard. Carson hit a ball hard. Owen hit a ball hard that was, right at him balls. But, yeah, I thought we were seeing it well tonight.
Running bases really well tonight, and something that we've seen out of this team, it's sort of like the special teams of baseball. You guys run the bases well. You took a couple extra bases when they threw the ball around a little bit. Is that something you guys work on a lot?
Just talk all the time about putting pressure on defenses, and getting on base is the first step to putting pressure on. You can't put any pressure on them unless you get on, so it doesn't matter how you get on. And it's nice to with Isaac there at the top and Keegan in the bottom. He had a great bunt there with first and second. It just allows us to do a lot of things, and those two are specialists with getting on, getting around.
And who wouldn't want to pitch for this defense?
Yeah, they're playing really well right now. So glad to see that. Hopefully it continues.
Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Trey.
That was our post-game interviews, as we'll continue now and get into the game summary brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. It started off with Spring Mills going 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. Martinsburg was able to score 2 runs in the bottom of the first off 2 hits, giving them a 2-0 lead, and then added on 4 more runs in the bottom of the second off 4 hits and 2 Spring Mills errors to extend the lead out to 6-0, and then 10-0 came in the bottom of the fourth for Martinsburg off 3 hits and a Spring Mills error. So 10 runs for Martinsburg on 9 hits, no errors for them. 3 left stranded for Spring Mills, was no runs, only 2 hits, the 3 errors. And they also stranded 3 on base. Let's now get our game stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online. They'll deliver to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit their website, fordofhagerstown.com. For Martinsburg, it was a hit for Grove. He also had 2 RBIs, scored 3 runs. For Buber, it was a 2 RBI day with a hit in his 3 at-bats. Oviedo had 2 hits in his 3 at-bats with 2 RBIs and 2 runs. Alter had a hit and a run. Ben Reisenweber, a player of the game, with 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and a run. Rubenthal had an RBI as well. So that gets your 10 runs on the 9 hits. Pitching, Carson Buber gets the win, going 4 2/3 innings, only giving up 2 hits, no runs, only walked 1 and struck out 7. Oviedo came in that final out, getting the fly out. On the other side, Montgomery goes 3 1/3 innings of 7 hits given up, 8 runs, a walk, and a strikeout. Stanley goes 2/3 inning, giving up 2 hits with the 2 runs, no walks, no strikeouts for him. Before we wrap things up, Tripp, any final thoughts or score updates for other games, or both?
Well, the final thought is, Martinsburg couldn't have scripted this any better. They went out, took care of business. They were 27-2 coming in. Like I said in the pregame, every other team, right now is saying, okay, we're resetting. It's nothing. Doesn't matter what Martinsburg did. Doesn't matter their ranking. We're all, they're 0-0 just like us, and the pressure's on them. And Martinsburg goes out and just shows you, what they'll do. They put pressure on defenses. Coach Byler said, They're going to run bases. They're going to put pressure. They're going to bunt. And their defense is stellar right now. So, if they're not playing their best baseball right now, they're daggone close. And, we've seen Jefferson, big win at Hampshire. It's going to be a great game tomorrow. Riley Morgan takes on Connor Smith is my guess. And, up at Musselman right now.
Yep, that was an 11-3 final score for Jefferson over Hampshire.
And at Musselman at the moment, you got to kind of check Hedgesville's Game Changer to see what's going on up there. But
looks like it's 1-1.
At the moment, it's 1-1, and they're going to play a tight game up there. So the winner of that game is going to come here tomorrow, and one of those teams is going to face Lane DeLauder. And we're going to have these games are just going to keep getting more and more entertaining as we move forward.
Again, we'll have coverage of tomorrow's game here at P.O. Faulkner Park between Martinsburg and the winner of Hedgesville-Musselman. First pitch, 7 p.m., unless they decide to start a little bit earlier like they did today. We'll go on air around 6:40. But again, final score today, Martinsburg 10, Spring Mills nothing for Dylan Bishop. Nick Verzolini, John Alderton, Trip Tobin. I am Colin McLaughlin signing off for today's game. This has been West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford, Rocks, the Heffley Motor Company, the Wagner Law Firm, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, the Skinner Law Firm, the Browns Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Orsini's, Carter Myers Automotive, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Hagerstown Ford, the Berkeley County Health Department, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Mother Shuckers, L.A. Roberts Jewelers, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, and the Mansion Freddie Law Firm.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradiowrnr.com. All rights reserved.